Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Litecoin right now, guys. We're at $102.69. We're up 2.18%. And what we're going to do, guys, we're going to look at some of these overhead resistances. We got support off that beautiful green line we were looking at here on the chart. Everything's going great right now, guys, but we are running into a key area to where the close tonight is going to be extremely important. We want to close over this top right here, guys. It's going to be very important. We don't want to see rejection right here again, because that could cause us to fall back down and potentially test this yellow line again. We just want to get right up through that and see if we can come up here, probably get around that 110 would be an area I'd look at, then probably that 125. So we're going to dig into all this. I'm going to set some alarms for you guys, and that's where I'm going to put mine, and we'll just dig into this. I'm glad to be here with you on a Saturday. Let me know what you guys are doing tonight. If you guys are studying, if you're going out, having some fun, doing whatever. So it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. All right, so what we're looking at here, guys, is this candle right here today. What we're on is the one-day chart, and we're going to zoom into this so you can take a look. Okay, so guys, what I really like to go off of is the real body closes. And today's real body, you can see where we're at right now. We're up here at that 102, but this is where it's at. So we actually went all the way up to around that $105. Then we saw some profit taking there. But this is the key area off the real bodies, that 102.50, exactly where we're about at right now. We need to close up above that tonight, guys, so we can make that next run at that $110, $111 range. That's what's very important. You can see right here, guys, in this last cycle, so we had our downtrend where we were having these lower highs and lower lows, and then we had a bullish engulfing candle off this white trend line right here. And guys, that started the next wave cycle up. And what happened was here, guys, we pushed all the way up to around that $108 range, and then that's where the bears stepped in and said it's not going to go any further than that, guys, and we fell back down. We tried to move back up again. We fell back down. We were finding support off this green line that I have here, guys, around that 84.16. We wanted to see that hold, and it held. And now we're making this next move up. So what we would look for, guys, is a close today up above that. Now, if that doesn't happen and we start to fall back down, we would want to find support at this 95.95. Yesterday we were talking about how important it was to break through that, and that's exactly what we did. We broke through that, guys. Now what we would want, if we were to pull back onto it, we would want that to act as support, and we would want to consolidate upon that before we made the next higher high. So that's a possibility as well, guys. If we do start to roll over here, we'd look for support right off this or this extended yellow trend line there to see if we get a bounce to make that further higher high. But we're going to have to wait and see if this move is still going without some type of retracement, guys, because they can really run hard really fast. Take a look at this over here. And we didn't have this type of volume yet, but look, guys, we essentially went from $60 all the way up to $100. I mean, a $40 move is what can happen. And this move that we just had was around that $86, $88, and we made it up to $105. So there's definitely more upside that could happen out of this. So we got to pay attention to that, guys. So upside targets, we got to get up and close up above this today around that 102.50, we'll call it. And then it's up above this wick at 108, 110, then 125 are the key areas overhead that I'd be looking for. In terms of support, guys, I'd be looking at that 84.16 if we do start to move to the downside. And I'd also look at $89, which would be our 20 EMA, which we've been getting great support off of, guys. We're going to continue to track this. It has been very strong for our uptrend. Each time we've got that, we've had very strong candles off it, and we've made moves to the upside. You can even see it right here. So we're really going to track that and pay a lot of attention to that 20 EMA. But guys, on the one-day chart here, we're up above the 20, we're up above the 50, the 100, and the 200. Everything's looking great. We're in a steady uptrend right now. We're rolling with the trend, and the trend is up. Okay, so next thing we want to look at some of these indicators here, guys. Let's start off with the relative strength index. And guys, if you like Litecoin, I've been taking polls basically of what coins people want me to cover. If Litecoin's one you continuously want me to cover, smash that like button. Let me know down low in the comments, and it's one we'll just keep doing for you. I'm trying to narrow it down to about 5 or 6 that we'll consistently do throughout the week and look at and spend some time on. So if Litecoin's your favorite, let me know down low. All right, so next one here, guys, our RSI, we're going to be looking to see if we get a trend line break out of this right here, if it's going to act as a ceiling or if we're going to break out upon that. And remember, trend line breaks are very powerful, guys, so we're going to keep our eye on that. And the RSI is at 64 right there, so there is still more room to run to the upside. We definitely could challenge that 110, guys, if we can start having some closes up above this today. That would be a good thing. We still have more room. You know, our RSI over here got all the way up to around that 90 93, guys. So, it can get very overextended in the space to the upside and to the downside. Next one I want to look at is our stock RSI. And remember, guys, this is on the 1-day chart is what we're on right now. All right, so our stock, we got a beautiful cross, guys. And with that cross, like we've been talking about here, the cross came off this 20-day EMA. Do you see how these things converge? That's what you want to find. So a good bounce off that on good volume while that cross is taking place. That's a valid move. That's what we're looking for. And that's what's exciting, guys. That's what we have to try to find. Even here, look, this bullish engulfing candle, guys, where did it happen? Right off that trend line and right as we were getting this cross. That's what we look for. We look for convergence, and we also look for divergence in different things, guys. Like with the RSI and, say price is going up and your RSI is going down, that's bearish divergence is what we'd have. And guys, I also have a video on that in my tutorial section. If you want to learn more about convergence, divergence, all that type of stuff, go in there and check it out. There's a lot of tutorials in there. Guys, like I said, they're all free. So just go in there and really learn some stuff. That's what I want to do here on this channel. I want to educate as many people as I can so that you can learn how to trade for yourself and we can be a community together, because there's going to be things that you guys see, because I can't be around my charts all the time. I got another business to run, where you say, hey, take a look at this guy, or Chris, take a look at this, back and forth, and then I can go check stuff out. So the more that you guys help me out, the more I can help you out, and it's just, we're working as a team here. We're going to do this together. So I'm excited to be here with you. But that's the bullish cross that we're having there. Next thing we're going to look at, guys, is our Bollinger Bands, and I want to see if we're getting overextended at all. And with our Bollinger Bands, we're starting to get to the top of the band here, guys, so we got to pay attention to that. Can we get out of it? Absolutely. Look how much more we came out of the band there, guys, so we still could have another leg up there. Look how much we're out of the bands over here, but this is a sign that we're starting to get a hair overextended there on the Bollinger Bands. What happens is they'll start to contract before you have a move, and then when you have that move, they'll really expand to the upside or to the downside there. And technically speaking, they say you want to buy. Look here, guys. Another convergence. So we're having the bottom of the Bollinger Band line up with that trend line, with a bullish engulfing candle, with that stochastic cross that we were looking at. So there's 4 or 5 things that are tailored together, and that's when you want to make moves, guys, when you see things that are really converging together. All right, next one, we're going to go to the MACD. And as you see, guys, that's the reason why we're in this space, is just how fast it runs. I mean, it's so amazing to the upside and to the downside. But like yesterday, how there was a 15 or 16% move in Litecoin. Guys, some markets don't move that much in a year. Big markets, think about that. So that's the beauty of this. You really can go to bed at night and Bitcoin can move $1,000 in either direction, and that's what makes it fun, at least in my opinion. It's a trader's dream. It's a paradise. All you need is volatility. If you can play to the upside, the downside, you're good to go, guys. And that's why we need to learn this stuff, so we can really protect our gains, and we need to know when to take profits, and we need to know when to potentially buy, like how we've been seeing in this, guys. What we were having these lower highs that had been coming in for so long, but our RSI, which I can go back and show you, was starting to make higher lows right in here. So this was a signal to buy right in this area when you made that first higher low right in here off that bullish engulfing candle, and that would have been around $27, $28 would have been a great entry point, and you could have been riding this up. That's just what it is. That's why we got to look for these things. But on the MACD, look like we're going to start to get that cross, guys, but like we talked about yesterday, and it's important, I'm using this as an example, talked about how we can kiss that, and then you can actually extend back up out of that. You can watch that in the video yesterday. We were talking about that. So that's why you really need to wait for confirmation on your cross. Do you see here how you would want to basically get out of your position right in here after that cross happened, and it is for sure that you had that cross. You don't want to go when it just starts to bend right here, because this can happen, what's taking place right now. See that? And our histogram is also starting to tick to the positive, so we were going down to the negative right there, and now we started to make that beautiful move back to the upside, so we're going to have to see there. Now what I want to do with y'all, we're going to work through the candles, and I just want to see what it's looking like. So we're going to go to the 12-hour chart. In the 12-hour chart, guys, it's starting to look like we're getting a bearish candle up there. It depends on what it's going to be. Obviously, we got to wait for the close. It could turn into some type of doji or a hammer candle. Anything can happen out of that. or I'm sorry, a hanging man candle up at the top there, not a hammer candle, guys. Hanging man candle at the top, that's a potential, or it could get longer, and that could actually end up being a bearish engulfing candle. So we're going to have to wait and see there, see what happens, guys. Or, you know, since this is on the 12 hours, this really could truly change. We could come up and have a higher close. So that's why you always want to wait for the candle closes, guys. You don't want to go while they're still forming, because it could look like this right now, and then all of a sudden we end up closing higher. That's always a possibility. Next thing we're going to go to is the 8 hour. Right there, guys, just a lot of indecision at the top, a lot of fighting between the bulls and the bears there. Then we'll go to the 4 hour. Now it's looking like we're starting to get a little bit of resistance here, guys, and that's exactly right at those real bodies. So we're going to have to see, maybe this is an area we're going to have a little bit of that throwback before we make a higher high there. But we're going to have to pay attention. Even on the 4 hour, though, we're up above the 20, we're up above the 50, we're up above the 100, and we're up above the 200. So, you know, things are looking pretty good there. But we're going to have to keep a close eye on this 4 hour. Guys, let me actually look at the stock. Let's go through this on the 4 hour quick. Just see what it's looking like. Yeah, we're getting overextended on the stock here. We're starting to roll over a little bit. We're going to keep our eye on that. And then let's take a look at the RSI. It's a relative strength index, guys, starting to drop a little bit there. So, and that's around 67. So let's pay attention to that. We're going to have to see where this candle closes here, guys, on the 4 hours. And that's going to be pretty soon here. Once this turns over, I believe, to 16 there is when this candle will close. So let's keep an eye on it. But guys, let's make sure, you know, we got to pay attention to these things. That could be a potential double top right there, and then we could come back and even come back here and test this yellow trend line. So there's a lot that can happen here today. If I can get another video out like at the close tonight, I'll love to do that for you all, but we'll just see what we can do. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless, my friends.